You're off, Bill.
Well, and use the state's in the process of planning their new transportation bill. And what they're doing is they're gonna have a meeting in Hutch on the 23rd of September, which is next week. And they're wanting these cities and counties with or local entities or the public to have their input as to what they believe needs to be in the transportation bill. So if there's anything you guys can think of, you might want to send a representative down and tell them what your idea is or not. It may not.
You got any ideas?
Like I told him, it's a pipe dream. I said that
Nobody.
There's not gonna be any money.
the trust funds broke and
There's nobody to do anything, is there?
not to my knowledge.
Well, it's been in the paper 2 or 3 different times about how.
But I suppose that's how projects get started. I mean, you gotta start somewhere.
guess so.
Where's this gonna be?
It's gonna be in Hutch on the 23rd of September. So,
Courthouse, City Park, Mall,
The mall would be nice. I'd go if it was at the mall.
Grand Prairie.
I would guess that's where it's gonna be.
I was gonna run that off and I thought he'd sent that to Nita and it did. I can find out for sure and bring it back up to you. Be next Tuesday. So it's just a little FYI.
Okay.
All right. And we've got a couple of bridges, I think they're on closed roads, and what I would like to do is pursue through Kirkland and Michaels and through Joe, because there's a term of general's pending here, and we can get those back to landowners, and that way we can.
The roads are closed,
I'm pretty sure they are. From what I can find out.
officially closed, I mean.
Yes, from what I can find out, 2 of them are, yes.
It'd have to be officially closed for we could.
Well, they already are.
Okay, that's it.
But I've at least get them off our inventory. One of them is a 5-ton bridge up there. It leads to nowhere. And I mean, I just can't
Really?
see us, yeah. Well, it goes up in there to a duck pond, I believe. And maybe there may be a oil well up in there. It's just mile east on 4th Street and a mile, just a little over a mile across the road.
Yeah.
That's a 5-ton boat. I mean, there's no traffic on it. In fact, it's fenced before you get there. You gotta open the gate. I mean, I just soon get it off of our.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no sense us. And that took care of one of our deficient bridges. If that's okay.
It's on closed road, it's not our responsibility now, I think, so what legal process we need to go through to sure we're right on that.
You're gonna talk to Shoepack though about?
Yeah. Because he'll have to do something, I'm sure.
Okay.
But I'll have Kirkland and Michaels research it.
Okay.
And then, right now, we got a truck up getting it overhauled. There was electrolysis on the liners. We've had it for about 5 years. And we've always changed the antifreeze at 2-year intervals, so it's not something we have done. It's something, I guess that's one of the downfalls of purchasing a used truck. Then it got to leaking antifreeze into the oil. Good news.
Thank you. See you next week.
That's enough for me.
We're done.
Yeah. So hopefully we get it back this week. And we should be able to get it overlaid next week. Weather finally broke and the sun's going to shine.
Still mowing, huh?
We're still rolling.
And that's a pretty popular thing this year, it's all rain.
Jeez, I tell you what, grass and stuff.
We haven't even, we got one round done, it's jumped back up. And we did the bottoms of some of the roads we ended up deadheading on, so they don't deadhead, we just don't go back. A lot of times they'll split up, so they're not deadheading. I told them just to stay together. And now you got wet spots in the county and you got dry spots. I mean, you guys didn't get all that much rain last week, did you?
Each county.
Yeah. I think over at Z's way. But I'll get you the date,
Okay.
time on that claim.
The new director at Covera is in place now, so I guess they've been up looking at that outlook that,
Oh, okay, that's scenic overlook.
so I don't know what we have to do.
We've got the entrance put in for
Are we gonna have to change the speed
Wait.
limit through there?
it. No, what was, I got somewhere, I got that right. He recommended extending the no passing zone. That's what when the engineer looked at it, we do have our paint in.
Okay.
So we should be striking here within the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Well, I didn't know if that was, so many feet from the top of that hill, that the regulations, what we'd have to put in.
Well, Harry was down one day and I had him look at
Okay.
it, and that was, because he sent something about, because he had it when we did the resolution on stop signs.
Oh, okay.
So there was a recommendation on that.
So then they can proceed now,
Yeah.
the refuge.
Yes. Yeah, we've had the entrance put in there for, oh gosh, well over 2 months.
Really?
Yes. Okay.
All right.
All right, thanks, Phil.
Anybody have anything else right at this time?
Okay, I've got the paperwork from the bank on that relief fund for Tim Buckman. They need something, a copy of the minutes saying that you want to put Mr. Suter endorse Tompkins on this. And then I have the deal for you to sign, so you don't have to go to the bank.
Okay.
So
Do we need
I
to
guess,
form a motion or resolution?
I think
or what?
so,
And just show it in the minutes?
right. That's what they're requesting, a copy of the minutes saying you guys have approved to put Doris and Lee on it, so.
I'll go ahead and make a motion that we put Lee and Doris on the signature card for the Tim Buckman Memorial Fund.
I second it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay. Does that take care of that? We can
Yes,
sign it.
that, yeah,
Don't
he'll
leave it
sign
signed
that,
now.
yes,
Where it's
highlighted.
twice,
That's
Where his
good.
name's at there.
what's this one down here?
Okay, nothing else for recess then?
Push it that way anyway.
And go back to where we're square with the little,
Don't like change, do you?
no, I don't.
What we got this
9
one?
o'clock, yeah. This is the.
Oh, yeah, I'll need to, voting request, then.
Yeah. This is the resolution that, and then I have the one that if you guys want to sign it, if it looks all right. On Pool Boy Auto Salvage in the A1 district. They put 2 special use conditions on. The main one is to maintain the natural screening that's out there. And the second one is maintain the permit for salvage and storage yard through Kansas Department of Transportation, which comes through the beautification section in the state. And I went ahead and blew this up, so you guys could see it.
And you said you didn't have anybody up there objecting to that?
No.
It's probably be, have somehow the city moved up there anyhow, right?
This here is this is the abandoned railroad track, here's the township road, and this is where there's the mobile home, they live there. And this is the screening that we're talking about in front and behind, and what they're gonna do right now is they have these here vehicles, they're gonna bring them all in here, and then this will be the 8.7 acres right here.
It will be partially graded, yeah.
And no dwellings back here, nothing like that. So you would have to be looking for what you're looking for. So that's the screen there.
It sounds reasonable, request then.
What's that? Oh, that's hay.
I think that's hay bales. This down here now says the Dew Farm, this here would be excluded from the salvage yard. This is their farm equipment down here. No structures are gonna be built. I mean, something of that
And
nature, so.
it's just a temporary thing.
That's, actually, it is, yeah.
They're
You need a
cleaning up their
temporary?
yard in Stafford,
Mhm.
and the crusher will be out there, and then when they're all cleaned up, they're gonna close it all down, is what I understand.
It's gonna-
But it takes some time.
Yeah.
So, that's really, this one here, that's really about all there was to this one.
Okay.
This is the one on the second page, and that would take the signatures if you guys wanted to get that.
We need
That's
a
the original.
motion approved on this resolution.
I'll make the motion, we go ahead and approve resolution 08-001.
I'll second it.
Move the second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay.
Mule train. Somebody?
Hello, girl.
Keep that picture.
Did, we're done with this, right? On that property tax exemption about the small producing oil wells,
Mhm.
have you guys, has your group drawn up the letter yet?
We're gonna talk to him Wednesday.
Okay,
This Wednesday, we have a South Central meeting,
okay,
and that's gonna be part of the issue there.
okay.
Get that in the newspaper, get that now. The only other thing I have is, we were, this is the bid here. This is through CIC, we started to do a conversion for, the new soil types that we have to use, where it takes the two lettered soil types that we're all familiar with, like the NA soil type is the narrow and fine sandy loam. We have to convert that to the 4-digit number soil type. And we were going to do that last week, and we had to stop because our version on the 400 is not a new enough version, that it won't read the software that was written. And we're still gonna have the 400 for a while. I can't speak for Nita's office or the treasurer's office, but we will still use it even if we go to the new system. I don't know if Nita wants to say if
We won't, but, I mean, there'll still be some things that run through the S400, but not primarily like we are now when we go to the PC-based tax account. But Carl will still need this for the work they do in there. And we didn't realize we weren't up to date on this. What? Nobody told us.
And what this is, this is a proposal from CIC, and it would take us from a version 5.1, it'll take us to version 5.4. And that's enough to get us, here where we are, and plus it'll do the conversions then for the Orion system also. It's gonna take what it sounds like it's gonna take a lot of man hours from CIC just to sit down here by the 400 and download this. Bob was estimating about 35 hours.
See, about 30 hours on this here.
Yeah, is what they were looking at. And the cost is $3,750 then to do this. So before I sign anything, I just want to make sure it's okay.
Well, you gotta have
They
it.
can
You gotta have this.
go from
I
there.
mean, you can't use it without it,
The
can
only thing the only way we'd have to do it is we'd have to enter a lot of things manually, which in time would take time in man hours.
Yeah, well, you got ours, one
So
way or the
either
other,
way.
so just well, offset the yard with speed, so honesty.
And we might have a problem later down the road with something else too, because our version's not new enough. And we can either, I can either pull this out of our Orion part or,
We have the tech fund.
Mhm.
Since the whole courthouse using it, it's not fair for him to pull it out of his, so I had told him we could just take it out of that tech fund.
Well, it would be part of it.
Any maintenance or anything on that AS400 would pull out of
Yeah,
there.
okay.
That was great.
See?
Thanks, Danny.
You're welcome.
So you need our authorization to authorize you to purchase this, or?
Mhm.
I move, we let Carl go ahead and make this purchase as he needs.
A second.
Move the second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Now, it's a 3750,
Mhm.
Yes.
what's the 4350 on this side?
That's
Oh,
the
retail, that's the retail,
Yeah.
so.
It's our discount.
So
Since
get a
we're
discount.
such a big
Since we're-
customer.
Since we're a small county,
Yeah.
they supposedly kept your drink.
Okay, that's all I have then.
Righty.
I'll get this all caught down. You guys have anything for me? Okay.
We had Roger up
Just
there
let
and
us
addressed
know.
the golden bell issue last Monday again, so maybe we can start to work something out.
Well, it was bad Friday. That road.
Oh, yeah,
It was
a lot of roads are bad
Yeah,
right
it
now.
was real bad, real bad.
I thought-
We appreciate you.
All right.
So Roger came in then? Good.
He was the only one.
So it's a start anyhow.
Yeah, I hope so. All right, thank you.
Doris,
Where do you want to start?
all good, I'm over. Start with the good first.
Start good, okay. The WIC program every year has money left over and they send out letters and said you can buy this or this or this. This year they want us to buy an infant scale and they will give us up to $350. So it'll come out of my equipment fund, but it'll go back in. We'll get $350, except the one I want is $372 with shipping. Because the baby won't fall off and it has a robust surface. I want to know what a robust surface is.
It chafes their skin.
Extremely robust surface of high quality plastic.
Sticky,
The baby won't fall off.
sticky stuff.
So if that's okay, I'll take
Velcro.
care of that. And then still speaking of scales, last year we bought an adult digital scale with their money, and that left us with an extra old balance scale. The Tops ladies want to know if they can buy it. I have no idea how much to ask. No, I mean, it's old. It works great. Maybe 10, what do you think?
Salvage, $50.
I think 25.
25.
50.
Do I hear 15?
I think 25 would be fair.
Is that fair? Yeah, it's good. Okay. A couple of years ago, or a year ago, FEMA came out with a class in Anniston, Alabama, that if you get picked from the lottery, they ship you down there. It's a week long, they have another one. And if it's okay with you, they pay all.
Hmm.
And it's for bioterrorism preparedness and response, and it's a hands-on class. And some of the girls from our region that went last year thought they should go.
So you got chosen?
No, I haven't. I
No.
haven't put in for it yet.
No, we
I was
haven't.
gonna ask you if it's okay
No.
to win.
Well, sure.
Okay.
It was all freebie, no sense of
Well,
passing.
you'll be paying my salary, but airfare, and it's in Anniston, Alabama, and it's a FEMA place, it is. I don't know. They said it's well worth going to. And I think the weeks I picked are in December, after flu season. And speaking of flu season,
Well, do you get your credit for training in on that then too?
I
as far-
guess, I hope so, every year.
I mean, I'll offset some of the training then.
Yeah. And then flu clinics, we're getting ready to start our countywide flu clinics. I have half of my stock in. I ordered 820 this year. And I got half in, I should be getting half this week, which is in a small miracle. We're going to have, probably, I'm required every year to exercise our dispensing plan. And so we're looking at October 11th for that. We have given out in the past 100 free flu shots just to get people interested in coming, and I did plug that into my budget. That's okay. Also, give the county employees, I'll have your insurance, free flu shots. You'll be first in line, which is. I have been using a website on, It's also from FEMA on a $1,500 billing form, some government, I don't know, some government website. And it doesn't work anymore, so I've been using a 7-day free trial. And I probably will purchase that. It's pretty expensive, it's $60. And let's see, what else do I, oh yeah. A while back, Lisa Milton came and talked to you about this prescription plan thing. Okay. Red Cross has done it, and we are all members of Red Cross. We've all taken all their training, which Janice has about. Red Cross has 1 million of these to give out. And I don't know if you have a problem with us giving them out there or not.
So, what's, I don't know,
Oh, it's, you know, you can look it up on their website. You just give this card along with your prescription to get a discount. And it's used at 56,000 pharmacies, and all the Dillon's pharmacies and Walmart pharmacies participate. I don't know how much of a discount you get, and you just take it with you. So it's not insurance, it's just a discount. But it's from Red Cross, and they've got a stack that we can drop back from them. You don't have a problem, we can start doing
I
it.
don't guess it has, it's not, we're not promoting, you're not selling or doing anything, are we? It's
No.
just,
No,
I
it's
don't
just
see a
a-
problem, it's just if it's something they're giving out.
Yeah, and there's no charge to anybody, it's a free membership. I don't know who pays the bill, I don't know if it's
That was my question, are we gonna get a bill
No,
for
we're
the
not.
discount?
Red Cross
We
might.
should.
It's,
Red Cross might.
When are you planning on starting the flu shot for the county board?
Probably, let's see, if we do that pod on the 11th, Monday's a holiday, Tuesday afternoon. They can come anytime. If they want to come and volunteer at the exercise, they can get paid. Well, I always have fairly good response from whoever I ask. Usually, no problem. It's getting so we can run that without much trouble. Okay, let's see. I showed Mr. Grimmett the other day when he stopped by the area in front of the health department building that nothing grows in except weeds. We've had bushes there and we've had other things that don't die. So I had a soil sample done, and I'll be probably picking up some, whatever it is they told me to get. Sulfur. Needs sulfur. So much per square foot, and then we're gonna plant something else there. I don't know. It looks pretty scrappy right now. Okay, I think I had a list. On the 11th, no, November 8th is a Lake League meeting in Hutch. It's a Saturday, but I'm gonna go anyway. No extra charge.
What?
It's a Saturday.
Sorry.
Yeah, but it's no extra charge, I'll just, because they're really good. And I have the bid for the bathroom at Maxville EMS station. It's not a heck of a lot better than that one. This one at least he went over and looked at. This one includes a wall hung vanity in the same area so they can wash their hands when they're done. So there is that. There's apparently some backhoe work and some pipe and plumbing they need to do, but he said he could run the sink and stuff is already draining floor. He said it'd be easy to put a sink in, we just don't have a sink in.
There's no sink in or that?
There's one clear across. There's one big utility sink,
So the wash up stuff,
right, where they wash equipment and stuff, but there's not another.
but not the bathroom.
No. He would put the toilet on the south wall, and then the sink right next to it, and then the shower and stuff.
Maybe we didn't get someone to build a petition around that.
Well, even better, he's, yeah, because you'd like to have fires in the shower.
oh, shower curtain.
Yeah, that's what Kevin said, just take a shower curtain.
I think they'd be glad to get in.
Is there a heater, is there hot water heater and the building is heated? Okay.
Yeah, you keep it, keep it all the long.
Yep.
Then we just do away with that little building out there, didn't we?
That-
Oh, the trailer.
That trailer ought to be gone.
Well, we got county on there,
It ought to be out of
They
there.
could
Look up on
make, they
the
could make a little, maybe, I don't know where they put it, but maybe some kind of finagle meeting area in that garage.
Well, it's not worth, I mean, last time I did it was pretty bad then.
I heard the floors are spongy out in the front.
Well, Don Herman told me that they walked into the bathroom,
Probably not.
because the floors said that you'd fall through to the ditch.
Kevin said he could take the toilet out of the trailer house and take it in.
Well, it was a good one, it was a decent one.
He said he thought he put one in there, no.
Well, but it was good, it's in shape, though, so that's it, I'll just use it.
Say $235.
Might be green or something, maybe
Who
pure.
cares?
Used to be green.
I would
But the
guess
sink,
that's not
the
gonna
sink
make
was
it.
in a vanity, and there's not much room, I don't think that vanity would fit in there. I think you have to have a new wall, so.
I think they're gonna be glad to get anything. over there.
But it's good shape, I don't mind not, it's,
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, if it's.
yeah, just take it,
move
move it.
Over there,
Yeah, that's
let
a
them
good,
fall through the floor. Or it's-
I would think, so.
Yeah.
Destroy it, just I say, there's money on it.
And if the faucet's good.
Yeah. I'm just telling you.
Salvage what it
Salvage,
gets,
yeah.
just salvage what it gets out of
So you need a, do we need to make a motion, Meg? Go ahead and authorize Doris to negotiate with Davis Plumbing and Heating to remodel the bathroom over at the bus barn in Maxville. And if you can use the salvage from the old facility.
Anything that you use, you.
Yeah.
Second.
it. Good, second, all in favor, say aye. Okay.
Do we need
That?
to sign it or what?
Yeah.
What I mean, you need to sign it.
This says discounts vary.
Yeah, it does.
They're in
Small print.
white letters or gray letters.
And see, I
on
don't
white
know
background.
if you got an insurance that pays for your prescriptions, if that's an addition to that, or if it's only for
Yeah.
people that don't have it.
I think it's for people who don't have it.
I just major medical. But we have just a small.
But they're
company
all, I
that's
mean,
not
they get, there's millions of those around. It's just, it's a good marketing ploy. People use it, you know, they get in the database and,
bad. Okay, well, if it's okay with you, we'll go with it. And I guess I need an executive session for probably 20 minutes for an elected person.
I move we have a 20-minute executive session for Doris for non-elected personnel.
I'll second it.
Moved to second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are in executive session.
Got a couple of things here. I found out that, and I don't know if you guys were aware of it, that our emergency operations plan has been finalized and approved by the state. I talked to them the other day, the city, I had called and was wanting a copy of it, so I had to track it down because I didn't know where it was at. But anyway, the only thing that's left on it to do is, and I've got it all on my computer, but you guys have to sign the, or problicate it, or whatever they, however they term that. So, and she sent me the forms and stuff to do that. And so basically, whenever you guys want me to bring it up, I can print it all off and let you look at it and bring the forms up, and then all we gotta do is send that form back to the state, and everything will be final with that. So, but the city was wanting a copy of it to kind of get theirs drafted as well, so I got that up to them and everything.
Can I have a copy?
Yep. It's lengthy.
Yeah,
So,
the last
you
one
want a
was
CD,
about that.
you want a CD, or I've got it on this, I can put it on CD, so.
Yeah, the last one was like that. Everybody went to it. It's been so long since.
Read every page of it then, huh?
Oh,
You read every page of it?
pretty much.
Wow. I skimmed through it, so.
Well, that business
have a
isn't
copy
anymore,
of
that
that
guy's dead,
someplace.
and that guy's dead, and that business isn't working anymore.
Yeah. So, the other thing that was brought to my attention this morning was, on the Fireman's Relief Fund. Last year, all the firefighters put in, I think, $25, and that upped our coverage to $50,000 from the previous $20,000. And, I think Jason had talked to you about, the county covering the transition or the difference between the 20 to the 50,000. And I guess that is coming up for renewal again this year. And I was gonna ask you guys.
What does that do?
I think it says 8/19/08 to 8/19/09, so it's coming, it's.
Has to then.
Yeah,
Has
it
to.
is due. So,
I was gonna say, but the thing, if it's coming up after the first of the month, we just put everything on
Yeah.
hold.
right,
30-day
yeah,
grace
like I
period
say,
got out.
yeah, this,
The grace period.
it was just brought to my attention this morning, so, but I was gonna talk to you guys and see if we could do that, if the county's willing to do that again.
How much is it?
It's $3,290.
Our part.
And I think, and from what Harold was telling me, he thought that came out of a CD or something that was donated to the county.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
And
I
they,
know.
and they told,
And he thought that may have been where Jason had taken it from last year, maybe. So,
We'd have to look up, I guess,
but that'll keep us at the $50,000 mark for covering accidental death or sickness or whatever.
yeah, that,
So,
I think it's $25,000 CD that it was done.
yeah, I think that's what it was.
What the interest was accruing, it wasn't, that one time it was all up in her.
that's, Anna told them, they went down there and put out a fire or something for her, and when she passed
She's doing
away.
it just to the,
Yeah, that was what it was to go for, was a
Right.
fire.
So, but, anyway, but I think that's, like I say, that was just brought up to me this morning, so thought we'd run that by and ask you guys about that, so.
and we did this last year then?
That's my understanding.
Let's just, before we act on, we'll research on it, we'll
Okay.
act on, see if we
Sure.
can find out.
Okay. Other
Okay,
than that,
I think I want about a 10-minute executive session to non-elected personnel.
You go.
See if you want to do whatever you want to do.
I move we have a 10-minute executive session for non-elected personnel.
There's
I second.
Move to second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, I guess just to add some, concerns about this memorial fund, where the, I guess it talks about where the money went to, who's in charge of it, who's not in charge, and what you asked her, what she needs for her records, is that correct?
Well, I thought we were just getting together to just discuss this, and probably actually should have your attorney here, but, but I'll just give my thoughts on
Okay,
this,
yeah. What's your-
realizing they're not legal. But if the money is coming to the county, then it needs to be accounted for through the county treasurer's office. Now, if she doesn't necessarily need to have a checking account, that could be down there as long as she's getting accounting for it. But to me, it would be better if actually the funds were here with the county's monies, realizing that the EMS department has the authority to spend that money, but at least it gives a good trail of where that money goes. And anytime a citizen would say, make a contribution to a particular Maxville Fire Department, then if there's any questions where that money is spent, there'd be records here to show where the money was spent. And to me, that would just protect everybody involved.
Well, whenever the county consolidated all their departments, that was part of the specification. Have you seen this resolution that was, let's see.
I've seen it as well.
They just wanted to make sure the money that each Maxville, Stafford, St. John, the money they went to that particular and did not.
Exactly. And I don't think there'd be any problem with keeping those in separate checking accounts.
Okay.
I
But all
think-
she needs is then, she should have just, you can have this account separate, but all she needs is a copy of the bank statement then for her records, is that you're saying, is that what?
Well, if she had, now that would be the minimum, for, she got copies of the bank statement. Now, if that's all she's getting, she's not really doing any accounting
Right.
for that. So they'd still have to go back to, you know, to those bank statements to see where the money went. But at a minute, but that would take care of any legal requirements.
But this is part of the condition whenever they all consolidate, say, hey, we want to keep our funds here.
Sure,
and
sure.
Their funds there, and I can understand that.
I can
'cause money-
understand that.
Those communities develop for, I mean, they
Right.
donate for this particular entity.
Exactly. Mhm.